He'll get pretty close. What?
I just pulled the Twitter up for the Mariners. This guy comments on it. I'm a fairly new Mariners fan, and now I understand why no Mariners fan has the hope at the end of the season.
Yeah. Week 19. I know it's almost the end of week 20, but I want to go back to this real quick. Week 19. Who did you think was going to win?
I forget.
Good thing I write everything down. we both thought it was going to be Ethan, Rose, Shane, and me. Well, Ethan lost to you by 21 points.
I was surprised.
That was a close one until literally the last 2 days. And then his team just stopped. And then you took over. I think you had, what was that? On that Saturday and Sunday is when you really kicked butt. Yeah, you had a 128-point day on Saturday to get really close to him. And then you had 151 points on Sunday. He had 93. And that difference is what allowed you to take over. He didn't even have anyone on the bench. He just wasn't getting points. He got gypped by everybody. He had a lot of guys that didn't play that day. That had to suck. But it brought you closer to staying in second place in our division. Well, getting closer to second place. Corey lost by a lot to Rose. He just barely broke 100 one day, and then he couldn't get close any other day other than that. He was not competing well with Rose. He had a lot of points to the bench. I think he hasn't watched in over a week. He says a week. I think it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything. I don't think he's
either. The Shane versus the Kid match. Did you see that score?
I did not, but I'm gonna look now.
649 to 585. Got beat by Shane. Shane has another win, 3 for 16.
Well, 2 bots going against each other.
Yeah, but still, like the fact that Shane tallied up 1, 2, 3, 4 100-point days, and the Kid had 2 100-point days. Just not doing very well. Didn't even have a lot of points at the bench. It was just mostly the batters and everything else each day. Just guys not playing. I'm not sure why he had guys that weren't playing, but they just weren't. It's really weird because Nolan Arenado, normally he plays. He was off for that. He was off for the 11.
It is also the end. It is also the end of the season, so a lot of it's going to be missing. A lot of players aren't going to be playing.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slow week because I think tallying into the end of August is when everyone starts to have more off days, more rotation days, and then we start to see like the I don't even know what to call the second string of baseball guys, the bench players coming in and rotating in and taking spots to see how everyone does going into the postseason. Is there even like an actual name for the second string guys? Or are they just bench players?
They're just bench players. There's no such thing as a second string.
I know the strings are all football lingo, so what that is.
You probably heard that, didn't you? It just sounded like an explosion outside of my house. Yeah, there's lightning right above me.
I have the noise reduction turned on so we don't hear everything going on.
Oh, but you will. You'll hear this one. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was 3.5, 4 hours of straight rain and then stuff over our head this morning. And it was not supposed to be that long. It's supposed to be just a little bit. So, I mean, I love the shifting weather because it's at least not blazing hot anymore. That's what I'll take. With how everything's going, did you see the standings for the league right now? Just where everyone is at, not in the fantasy league, but in the The regular league?
No. I am too annoyed with how the Mariners are playing, so I have not even been paying attention.
Well, the Yankees are in first place again. They're a game ahead of the Orioles, so they swapped places. The Guardians are barely ahead of the Minnesota Twins. The Guardians have been losing more games than they've been winning the last little bit. They were 5-for-10 in the last 10 games, so they've won 500. The Astros are 9-1 the last 10, so they are taking over that spot. They're now 4 games ahead of the Mariners. The Phillies have won 4 straight. They snapped their losing streak. They're now ahead of the Braves again. The Braves are not doing well. They're 4-for-6 in our last 10. The Brewers are 10 games ahead of everybody else in the Central League. The Cardinals, the Cubs, and the Reds are pretty much tied for the same record right now. Well, no one's keep catching up. The Pirates have fallen all the way to 58-64. They're not doing well right now. And the Padres are 2 games behind the Dodgers. The Padres are 2 games behind the Dodgers. That's astounding because I didn't think that they were going to be in that spot. And the Diamondbacks are right behind them. The Giants are not doing well this year. Not doing well at all.
Isn't what's his name? Robbie Ray supposed to come back?
Robbie Ray?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Let me find out, because I thought that he was still out.
I don't know. Let's see.
Robbie Ray, San Francisco starting pitcher. His next start is Tuesday. Oh, Robbie's been pitching.
He pitched 21 innings so far.
Yeah, he started on July 24th. He has earned a grand total of 75 fantasy points in our league. He lost 19 2 days ago.
He only
3
pitched
days ago.
He only pitched 0.2 innings.
He gave up 5 earned runs is why. Had an ERA of 67.5 in that game.
He had no control, dude. He hit two batters.
Yeah. He hit the first 2 he faced. And then he gave us a grand slam with Michael Harris. Then he also issued 3 walks. So he hit 2 people, had 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, gave up a home run. He did not do well in that appearance against the Braves at all.
You should take him. You should take him.
No, I don't want that.
Why not?
No, that's terrible. No.
You know who you should get? Andrew Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn.
Why?
He's got 1,300 points.
Does he?
1,238, yeah. Nathaniel Lowe has 1,200 points.
Rose dropped Sonny Gray, and Sonny Gray is the top free agent pitcher right now in the entire league. He has earned 624 points.
Really?
So if you want another good pitcher, Sonny Gray's open.
Let me see. I don't know who I would drop, to be honest.
Neither do I, because he's on par with everyone else that I've got. I don't know if I want to pick up Sonny Gray. He's another Cardinal, and I already have a couple Cardinals on my bench right now, so I don't need to add another one. I don't know if I want Vaughn, because I got Paul Goldschmidt's got me 1,527 points so far this season. Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn. Chicago White Sox. I mean, he's not bad first base. Yeah, my Goldschmidt's a lot better. And Freeman injured his finger today. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Ball bounced up and got him in the non-glove hand, his throwing arm. So we'll see how he does tomorrow. Maybe he'll be fine, but we'll see. You see Severino pitched a complete game today, his second complete game in several years.
Yes, I did.
Chris Sale stopped doing bad thing against the Angels. 9-0 at
Yeah, I grabbed him. I found out who I could drop.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yep, I got the notification.
That's what I can drop.
Yo, you dropped Cal Quantrill. Was Quantrill
Yeah.
really bad?
He's not doing that good.
Mm.
And then I also just got rid of Max Scherzer because he's probably not going to play very much the rest of the year.
Really?
Yeah, he got hurt again.
Again?
Yeah, again, dude. He is on the 15-day IL. Verlander hasn't pitched since the 9th of June.
Really?
Yeah, he's on a rehab start right now.
He's got a lot of losses this year.
Who, Verlander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 wins, 2 losses, only 51 strikeouts, 4 ERA, 1.21 whip, 57 innings pitched. That's not very good for Verlander.
No, I dropped him and I dropped the other one.
Quattrell.
So yeah.
Sean Manaea at 600 points. Rose dropped him. Yeah, the rest of the pitchers aren't doing that hot. I wonder who the last pitcher is on the list right now. Oh, yeah. Jack Leiter has pitched 9 innings, has lost 23 points so far, has an ERA at 16.4. Hasn't pitched since May. I think he's got to be dropped or something. He hasn't pitched in a while. So that's crazy. That is crazy. Who do you think is going to go all the way this year?
Probably Ethan.
Think Ethan?
Yeah.
Why do you think Ethan?
Because he's overall the best, like on average, the highest. You've got more wins, but his average amount, like the average points, are always a little bit higher than yours.
Yeah,
There's only
Ethan's
been
average.
only been a couple exceptions. So
Yeah, he's generally pretty close to me. He's maintained high 700s on average. His average per week right now is 749. I'm at 869. You actually have better average than he does.
really,
Yeah, you're just barely behind Rose by 4 points on average. Ethan's only 740 or 750. Mirith is 740. You're 779. Rose is 783. I'm 869. Corey is 686. He's 12 points better than the kid. Average accuracy, Ethan's at an 84.5 or 84.7. You're at an 83.42. So you're just barely under Ethan when it comes to accuracy. Corey's accuracy is not bad at a 77.5. He's actually better than Rose, the kid, and Shane, and Mirith. So Corey's in 4th place for overall accuracy.
who's number 1 for overall accuracy?
Me by 3 points over Ethan.
I'm probably last place.
No,
Really?
you're in 3rd.
Really?
You're in 3rd place for overall accuracy. And then when it comes to average points per day, I'm 123.7. Ethan is 106.4. You are 110.4, and Rose is 111.63. So you are 3rd in average daily score. So honestly, if anyone goes all the way right now, it's looking like it's either going to be me, you, or Rose going all the way.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, current projected standings of what I've got written out, not including what the app says. I mean, the app currently, let me pull up the bracket for everything right now. So it's got you versus Mirith, the kid versus Rose, and me and Ethan having our bye weeks for the first round. If you go against Mirith, she has a predicted score of 740 for the first round of the playoffs, and your predicted is a 780. You're going to beat Mirith in round 1, and then Rose is going to beat the kid in round 1. So it'll be Mirith and the kid going off in the consolation bracket, and then it'll be me versus it'll be me versus you, and then Rose versus Ethan for round 2. So
We'll see how that plays out.
yeah, pretty much. because it's got to be. Ultimately, it has to be like a good round for at least the playoffs. It's going to be a good one, I think. So, I don't know. Like, you think you're going to be out in round one? I think you're going to be going. I think you're going to beat at least Meredith in round one, and it'll be interesting between you and I in the middle of September.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna probably get eliminated round one.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, like I'm adjusting for because of the cutoff here is soon, isn't it?
For what?
Oh, fucking shit.
The cutoff for what?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'll be right back. And we're back after these brief messages. The thunder knocked down my knocked down the cover to the furnace.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was shit my
Crazy.
skin. I felt the thunder underneath on the fucking floor. So
Yeah, you think you're going to get knocked out round one against Meredith.
100%.
Why?
They're a lot better than me. Excuse me.
I mean, statistically speaking, no.
Yeah, statistically speaking, but overall, yes.
Their average score is a 739 and yours is a 780. So you've got them by 40 points on average. Their score last week was an 815. Yours is a 926. Oh, sorry. Your last 4 weeks is a 926 and theirs is an 815. So you got 100 points on them on that. Your average is a lot better. Your last 4 weeks average is 91. Theirs is a 76. And their average daily score is a 90 or 104.6 and you're at 110. So you would still score that close to 800 and they would not. So I think you're going to beat Meredith round one. And then the Rose is going to beat the kid in round one. Like they've got that one in the bag just because the kid's not even paying attention or doesn't have access to it.
He had plenty of access. He just chose not to do anything with it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah.
That's what that is. He's out. Yeah. I think realistically it's gonna be me versus you round two, Rose versus Ethan round two. And then if it's another one of those close games, because you and I have had a couple close matches, it's going to be hard to predict that outcome. And then Rose and Ethan, that's going to be a hard one to predict. I don't know who's going to go to round three, who's going to go into the championship. So that's going to be an interesting one.
Well, you should have. Well, you did the wrong estimation of who to put where with who's in what division. You're definitely wrong about who to put in which division.
I mean, Shane sounded like he was going to be able to pay attention, and then he didn't do anything for the first 16 weeks. Anything. And Rose was a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I thought it was going to be me and you, like the top dogs. And then Corey, with how amped he is about baseball, I thought he would be a lot better in comparison to the kid. And Corey has like number 5 team. He should have been doing a lot better. But his schedule I think was a little harder than he anticipated for all of his weeks. So I think that's really what held Corey back was the how the schedule was situated.
We only have 3 more weeks left of this too.
Yep. We're coming up on the end.
I'm just
21,
disappointed.
22,
I'm just
23.
disappointed Harper's not doing as good as he used to.
Well, the Phillies have not been doing well the last bit of the season at all. And when we look at like their schedule the last little bit, they have, where are we at? So August 27th. Tomorrow they're playing their last game against the Nationals. They've won the last 3 against them. Then they go to the Braves, then the Royals, then the Astros, back to the Braves, and then the Blue Jays, the Marlins, the Devil Rays, the Mets, the Brewers, the Mets, the Cubs, and the Nationals. It's like they have a good chance to hold on to the rest of the season and keep going where they're going. Whereas the Mariners, the last little bit, they've got the Dodgers next, the Giants, the Devil Rays, the Angels, the Athletics, the Cardinals, the Padres, the Rangers, the Yankees, the Rangers, the Astros, and the Athletics. They end on the Athletics. The Cubs, they have one more game against the Blue Jays. Then it's Tigers, Marlins, Pirates, Nationals, Pirates, Yankees, Dodgers, Rockies, Athletics.
It's
What?
so disappointing, dude. Okay, so I pulled up the ESPN page for the Mariners, right?
Okay.
You know how it's got the team stats on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
27th in runs, 30th in batting average, 29th in slugging, 27th in on-base percentage, right? Right? That is kind of like what we expected. But as soon as I go to pitching, first in earned runs, ERA, first in quality strikes, first in whip, first in opponent batting average. Come on, man.
That's terrible.
I don't think I've ever seen a team have the best pitching in all of baseball and play like ass.
With very bottom of the road batting for runs, batting average, slugging percentage, and on base percentage. He is number 1 for batting right now. Is that the Astros? No. Astros are 13th, 4th, 11th, and 10th. That's just crazy. That's just...
It's whatever, to be honest. It's just that I stopped watching the Mariners.
I don't doubt it.
I basically have stopped watching them because it's just irritating. I have not missed a game up until I haven't missed any more than 50% of the games up until the last week. And then I started watching them again because Justin Turner and Arozarena and Yimi Garcia and JT came to the Mariners. So I started watching them every day again. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter who's on it. So
they're just not performing well.
No. At the same time, like you can't. It's a player issue too.
Mm-hmm.
They need to fire everybody and just bring up the entire minor league team. They might do better.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen the Rainiers playing right now?
Number 1, they're like first place, like almost everything.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Yeah,
they really need to be brought up.
Someone posted on Reddit today that maybe we should just bring up all of the minor leaguers and see how well they do.
They really should.
Just send them all down, and what they should do is just swap service with fucking the head coach on the Astros or the Rainiers. Just swap them while they're good there.
I mean, right now it's going to be the Orioles and the Twins, with the Padres and the Diamondbacks in the wild card spot. The Braves are just barely out of wild card, so are the Royals. So we're going to see how the playoffs look. But right now, playoffs are going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Going into into October, I'm really curious to see who's going to be World Series champs this year, because it's going pretty fast for some guys, and some teams
be the
just
Dodgers.
not doing well.
Not going to be the Dodgers.
No.
They're not good enough.
No.
It's not going to be the Yankees. They're not good enough. I'm probably going to make a bunch of people mad by me saying this as well. It's not going to be the Braves. They're not good enough either.
No, they're not. They're not even in the wild card right now.
No.
They're not.
What are the standings? Let's do the standings, shall we? It's not going to be New York. It's not going to be the Phillies. It's either going to be the Brewers, or it's going to be the Guardians. The Indians. It's going to be either the Brewers or the Indians, one of the two.
Yeah, I can't call them the Guardians. I just can't.
I ain't doing it. I don't care. I'm not doing it.
So you know what I find really interesting about that whole naming thing? So they made the Indians change their name to the Guardians, And then they made the Redskins get rid of the name altogether, but yet they could keep the name Braves for the Atlanta Braves. And there are 4 teams in baseball minor leagues that are still named the Indians that haven't had to change their name. There's still other teams that are related to the same name that haven't had to change their name. Is it because they're major league teams?
That's
And
what I'm
because
thinking.
everyone sees them?
Yeah, that's why.
Well, you can't make one team change their name while others get to keep it. That just makes no sense. I don't
Well,
get
they
it.
did it because it looks bad and it's what do they call it? Non-inclusive and it's racist and shit like that, but it's not. It's not.
So then make the minor league teams change their names as well, rather than let them keep it. I don't view it that way. I think it's dumb, and it's just someone cried about it a few too many times. That's just my opinion. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, that's the cancel culture.
We have one more day of week 20, and who do you think's gonna win tomorrow?
Everybody who's losing.
Ethan would have to have a phenomenal day tomorrow to beat me flat out. Meredith actually just overtook Shane today. Finally, she's been behind Shane all week and just took over that matchup right now with a monstrous day. Corey's behind you by 120 points. I don't think Corey's going to catch you tomorrow.
I have 5 pitchers tomorrow.
I know. And
He
he
ain't
has
catching.
one. He ain't catching you. And then
Oh, I gotta look to see. Hold on, I gotta
Rose
look to
is
see.
ahead of the kid by 210 points. So I think that everyone who has the lead is holding the lead. So that's where I'm going with this.
How many pitchers have I used? I got 10 pitchers.
You had 2 pitch today, so you
So
are
I will
done.
I will not get the 4 that are scheduled for tomorrow.
No, you will not.
Yeah, that sucks. Won't get Sonny Gray, Cutter Crawford, or Marcus Stroman are not going tomorrow. I'm so worried.
I had 2 pitch today. Ethan had 2 pitch today. Nick Lodola lost him 22 points.
Dude, he could have, he should have at least. Corey should have at least did it on auto.
He's not been looking at it. He's not been paying attention.
Well, he didn't have anybody on the 13th, which is fine. The 14th. Yeah, he should have just threw it on auto. He probably would have won this week.
Yeah, he had a lot of good guys on the bench this week that he could have gotten points from.
Yeah, he would have won.
Yeah. But he gave up. He stopped looking. He gave up.
Right there, there's 78 points that he missed out on.
Yep.
And
got
he
him
would have
within striking distance.
He would have been within 50. And then tomorrow, that's on the 16th, 78. Yeah. Today is none, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And what about tomorrow? He might have won tomorrow.
Yeah, if he had put in, where is it at? If he had put in Denard and Denard had gotten him points, he would have been a little closer. And then tomorrow on the 18th, he's got 3 pitchers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Andrew Abbott tomorrow, and that's it. Got 1. So, yeah, by him not paying attention, it put a hinder on his team. So, oh well. And then Rose gets nobody tomorrow. Rose has already had his max pitching, so he's got no one's going to pitch tomorrow at any point. And the kid would have to get 210 points from his entire team more than Rose tomorrow, so he's not going to win. So, yeah. 20's almost in the bag. 21 next week. I'm curious. I haven't even seen who plays next week. So it's Ethan versus Shane next week. Who's winning?
Ethan versus Shane. Shane.
Yeah.
Shane.
You think, Shane?
Yeah.
Okay. Corey versus me.
Probably you, because Corey's not.
Meredith versus you.
Marith.
You're thinking Meredith next week?
Yeah.
And then... Oh, sorry. It's Kid versus you next week. My bad. I read the wrong week.
Oh,
Kid versus you.
The kid is losing.
And then is it Meredith and Rose next week? Who's winning?
Rose.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mirror you on that because with how Ethan's team's not been performing the last couple of weeks, I think Shane's gonna have another 600, 700 point week. He'll get pretty close. What?
I just pulled the Twitter up for the Mariners. This guy comments on it. I'm a fairly new Mariners fan, and now I understand why no Mariners fan has the hope at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's brutal. All right, well, that's all I've got for end of week 19's recap. You got anything for us, Cooper?
Nope, not at all.
We'll see you guys next week for a recap of 20 as we look at 21, and then we get 3 more weeks left in the bag before our playoffs. And this guy thinks he's losing the Marathon round 1. I think he's winning. We'll find out. Catch you guys next week on Monday. Bye.